Hi, I'm Jane King, and thank you for watching. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies. We bring you the innovators behind the companies making the headlines in that space. Some are sponsored, some are invited, all are curated and focused on telling you, the viewers, their story. Here we go. Healixa's technologies are providing fundamental pillars for sustainable communities, and this includes water access, energy, also personal and financial care and healthcare as well. And with me is CEO Ian Parker to give us an update on what Healixa is doing. And my goodness, Ian, I was taking a look. You've had a lot going on, a lot of updates with the company. So bring us up to date on where Healixa is right now.
We have there's been a lot happening on the health tech side. So I want to talk about that for just a moment. We have a lot happening, in terms of releasing our digital pharmacy application. That's going to be the backbone of all the health tech that we release here in the near future. That has gone extraordinarily well in the pilots and is now in the commercialization mode of going out nationwide. So we're building on affiliate pharmacies, and that's been going extraordinarily well. So we're going to keep you posted on that. The part that's really taken off for us is on the water side, is on the atmospheric water generation. We've been invited to Poland. We just recently attended a conference there. We met with the UN. We've met with UNICEF. We have a technology here that has the ability to make a substantial impact on the worldwide, water scarcity crisis.
Well, it's interesting because I've been reading a lot about water and how this could be a major issue in the years ahead. Even wars fought over it. So I don't think people quite realize that. You mentioned the Poland Symposium. So tell me about that. What was that all about?
So that's a NATO special operations symposium. So all of our special operators, Green Berets, Navy SEALs, so forth, all the special operations forces from the US, all the special operations forces from NATO and various other NATO allies were at this conference. It's an opportunity for the commanders, the policymakers, the value-added resellers to all share ideas, share challenges, opportunities that they're seeing, and address certain things that can help us be better at special operations, including winning hearts and minds. Yeah. So we were invited largely because of the water, our water technology, the atmospheric water harvesting that we have. One of the things that we usually don't think about, we think about water being a problem, in communities, but we don't think about it in terms of our forces on the ground when they're deployed in a particular theater. And that's a big problem. We just assume that the water is going to be there, and it's usually not. So having the ability to extract that directly from the air, put it anywhere we need to, gives our military and our special operations forces the ability to really be mobile and move about as they need to.
Interesting. Yeah, we definitely take we for granted. It's assume it's going to be there and plentifully available and all that. So maybe we should think a little bit more about that. Now, of course, we've got the COP conference going on in Scotland right now. You also have representation there. So what is that meant to accomplish for Healixa?
We got invited to the Glasgow conference largely because of water. Our technology has the ability to make a substantial impact. So we were invited to share our ideas as to how we could potentially get that deployed. When you think about what's happening around the world in terms of water scarcity, you've got 800 children a day dying from various waterborne illnesses and other types of dehydration issues. So every minute counts here. And, in terms of the way we've been thinking about it, the way we've been trying to solve this problem, poking holes in the ground and going around the world doing that, those are all good things, but they're not getting us ahead of the problem. There's only so much fresh water that we have on this planet. We have to think different. So if we look at the atmosphere around us, there's an unlimited amount of water in the air right now that we can access. And once we unlock that, we can get ahead of this water crisis. And that's one of the things that excites me getting up in the morning is we're not just doing something that's going to bring our shareholders value, but something that's going to make a substantial impact on the world around us. The one thing I would like to add is we've done a lot with some really great people. We have great people on the health tech side. We have great people on the development side of the water technology. Great team in Mexico, great team in the U.S., great team in Spain, and I want to thank them all. It's really fun to work with people that just continue to drive significant value for our shareholders. I also would like to thank some of the people that are starting to build awareness for us, such as Denver Riegelman, former congressman. He's been a big advocate for ours in the DC area, and I want to thank him for that as well. Okay, well, best of luck, because it's certainly an issue for the future that a lot of people are starting to notice. So thank you so much, Ian, for coming back. I look forward to more updates. Thank you, Jane.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Healixa technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Petproducts.com. Thousands of products. An Al Simon Wee Wee Pad Inventor Company.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit strikeforcetech.com today.
Prism Network gives users and projects the freedom to choose the communities and the ecosystems that they want to be a part of. And this is through their flagship product, the Prism Bridges. And with me is Lachlan Harnell, the co-founder and lead developer. Also Ming, the founder of SWIS Finance. And we hope to be hearing from the CEO, Hamza, here from Prism as well. So hopefully he'll join us as the interview is taking place. So Lachlan, let's start. We spoke a couple months ago, I guess it was. Can you give me an update? What's happened since our last interview?
Yeah, so a lot's been added. We are basically just continuing to launch on as many chains as we can get our hands on. So we are now on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Phantom, Avalanche, XDAI, OKX Chain, and we just launched on Kronos for day one launch. So that's what we're doing with the networks. Behind the scenes as well, been doing a bunch of things focusing on expanding our community basically and growing the amount of projects we're working with and just offering even more services. So yeah, a lot of things, but primarily we're also focusing right now on cross-chain swaps in the Bridge Factory.
Well, it's interesting because I've been reading a lot about Avalanche and Polygon lately. So those seem to be kind of up and coming chain networks.
Yeah, definitely. There's been an explosion in all these different sites, like alternative layer ones. Ethereum had the high gas fees, and then I feel like that really drove a lot of people to look elsewhere. And so, that's fundamentally what we're doing, is helping people connect all these chains together, so you can just move your value where you want to move it.
So explain like the user, like who is your typical user? How do they use Prism Network?
So at the moment, Prism Network, you can use the Prism Bridge to move Prism between all these different chains. Okay. So that's allowing people to basically bridge value between all these different chains. That's kind of what we're doing at the moment. We also have Empire Dex as well, which is a decentralized exchange. And that's also on all these different networks. So we're still developing a lot of things. We want to kind of like intermerge the two together. So then you have the cross-chain swaps as well, to be able to trade from any network to any other network.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so and Ming, founder of SWIS Finance. Tell us about SWIS Finance. What is it all about?
Sure. So as you know, interest rates, they dominate everything in finance and also have a very big impact on our economy. But it's always been a very gray area on how interest rate prices are determined and how interest rates are traded in traditional finance. So what SWIS is doing is we believe that the future of finance is going to be decentralized, and interest rates being the most important price of all is going to be traded on the blockchain. So what SWIS is allowing traders to do is to easily trade interest rates on DeFi through a product called an interest rate swap. And we use a automated market maker model for liquidity. And that is one of the areas that we believe is going to be a very high growth area in DeFi.
Okay, so that's really interesting. So I guess all the people who are affecting the direction of interest rates are part of this chain, this decentralized chain. And through that, you come up with some kind of true market of what the interest rates are for everything that we see interest rates on, mortgages and credit cards and everything?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, so in traditional finance, it's actually very inefficient how they trade interest rates. It's a peer-to-peer market. It's a gray gray market system where the pricing is not transparent at all. And there is a lot of inefficiencies that is built into the settlement and clearing process. And there's, there's trillions of dollars that is being traded every day on this archaic, outdated system that is running on decades-old technology. And so what we're trying to do is we're taking this problem of, okay, how do we improve the trading experience for interest rates by providing transparent pricing, real-time settlements, leveraging blockchain technology to have automated clearing? And we're starting small. We're beginning in DeFi, but really our long-term vision is to disrupt the whole financial infrastructure, and interest rates are a very important market for us.
Well, thank you so much, Lachlan and Ming, for joining us. Really interesting.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
Great to see you. All right, bye.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our Hear IQ 4 medical-grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Healixa technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Cyber attacks happen every day and cost billions of dollars in financial damages every year. Now, Secure has an encrypted Swiss-based email and messaging system that can prevent a lot of that. And with me is the CEO, Alain, to talk a little bit more about, let's just start with the big news. You've got a huge new contract to talk about. Tell me about that.
Yes, thank you, Jane, and hello to everyone who's watching us. So we're very excited because this morning we announced our first government contract with Secure Messenger. And if you read the press release, you can go to SWISF on Yahoo Finance or anywhere. And I encourage people to read the press release. This was from a government in Latin America. We have to obviously keep the government and the country private for obvious reasons. But what's critical are two things. First, that the decision was very quick to make, which means that we didn't have to wait several months and convince them, etc. And why? Because they clearly saw the advantages of Secure Messenger, the fact that we don't ask for your phone number, that we house everything in Switzerland on our own platform, that we're not housed on a typical big tech, which are US platforms, so Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and so forth, because we know other telcos and government that obviously they use Office 365, and now they're getting, spam, and they say, you haven't been on LinkedIn since yesterday. So these platforms are very connected when it comes to big data. Obviously, governments don't want to be spied on, and that's a great way to prevent that is to use Secure Messenger. The other thing is that from the same country, we expect more agencies to adopt, but now this really validates that this is a real secure and private solution. When you have a government entity buying your product, that's a big deal. So we expect in the next few years from Latin America and from South Asia as well to do a lot more government contract for the messenger and also for the email as well. So we're pretty excited. This is just the beginning of a much bigger road with government entities wanting to protect themselves from rogue entities that are trying to hack them and really paralyze them.
Yeah. Well, and once you've got one government contract, the first one's always the hardest one to get, no matter what it is. And then the other ones come.
Yes, and once you have one, others come, and it's just a snowball effect. And the fact that we have the Swiss privacy, our ethics, our company, they know that we're not going to go and divulge any name out there, that we don't look into their data. So they have that trust, right? I mean, what are the options, right? There's no other option in messaging, right, of that level.
Interesting. And your shares were up in response to that.
Yes, the shares are up. We're quite happy. They're up, I think, I don't know exactly, 15, 20%. I mean, at some point it went up close to 30+%. I think the shares are slowly, people are realizing that we exist, right? Because you have 15,000 public companies and nobody can find out about all of them. So people are slowly realizing we exist. Mm-hmm. In terms of the share structure, there's probably not much more than 40 to 50 million shares in the float. So that's a very small float. You got like thousands of people that want to buy a piece of the company. They are going to have to fight for it. And we have a lot more going on in the next coming year. And I'm happy that people are discovering us, both obviously as investors, and we want everybody to do well. But most importantly, we're happy because they discover our product. I mean, I would say 80% of our shareholders usually buy the solution, which is fantastic. So you get loyalty, you get long-term shareholder, you get satisfied and happy clients. That's what's really good about us.
So Alain, now's a great time to tell people how to find your shares.
Yes. So you can buy it in the US market under the ticker SWISF, SWISF, under OTCQB. In Canada, under the Canadian Security Exchange, they call the CSE, under the symbol SWIS, SWIS. We also trade in Frankfurt under the ticker GDT. I should mention that we technically qualify for the OTCQX due to our asset base, and we will be filing just an in-between upgrade before we move on to probably a bigger exchange in the coming couple of years. But we want to go to the OTCQX. The minute that we have our financials completed for 2021, we expect to be able to file for that, for the exchange upgrade around March of next year. And this is just a stepping stone to a much bigger exchange level as the company grows gently. So very easy to find. You type SWISF, or GlobeX Data Ltd. You can buy it from anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think they chose secure?
Well, the choice was obvious because you don't have a choice. You have WhatsApp, which everybody knows is Facebook, aka Meta data mining. In fact, it kind of goes metadata. They do metadata mining essentially. And then you have Signal. But Signal, there was an article the other day from someone that disclosed that Signal now is going closed source. Now, sometimes it's good not to be open source, but in this case, they're going closed source because now they'll be able to mine your data and maybe sell it to Facebook. I mean, the article even discusses the fact that if Google gives them 20 billion, will they have cooperation with them and sell data? Because what happens is right now, they can't scan your text and whatnot and not having developers know it because it's open source. When you're in a closed system, like Apple and iPhone, and the stories about them scanning every photo that you have in there and whatnot. Once you're closed, that's it. You do what you want and nobody knows. This is usually the next step of these free application. If I may, I'd like to quote one of my two directors who has been 27 years in Silicon Valley. He said, when money talks, privacy is out the window. Secure was designed from the onset to ensure privacy by being a paid service whose entire mission is to protect privacy because we do charge $5 a month. Unlike other messaging apps that initially offer a free service and then eventually find ways to make money from selling some aspect of their users' data. So that summarizes why people use Secure.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I look forward to getting more details on the Latin American contract, which country it is, and when you're able to release it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jane, and talk to you next week, hopefully.
Talk to you next week.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our Hear IQ 4 medical grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Blackbird Biotech is exploiting market segments with powerful, reimagined biotech products. And with me, Fabian Deneault, the CEO, and then also Rich Forbis, the sales manager. So we're going to get an update here on Blackbird. And Fabian, let's start with you, because when we talked a few months ago, you had talked about funding and the potential of that. Is there any news there?
Yes, we just finished $1.5 million raise through our Reg A offering. That gives us a great opportunity to go into 22 without any debt, and also to allow us to start expanding our organization. And that's why we have Rich Forbis with us. He is our sales manager, and wonderful opportunity for our company to bring Rich on board with his experience. I'm just looking forward to that. And why don't you talk to Rich a little bit, and I'll be here for
Okay, we'll come back to you. So, and Rich, you had talked about taking this from a regional brand to a national brand. So elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, thank you, Jane. Yep, my focus is to bring the company from a regional perspective to a national perspective. Right now, we are qualified in 31 states, and that continues. So we are looking forward to moving the brand from just a regional brand and moving a little bit away from cannabis into the broader market. There's like, I think I read 180 different plants that are affected by mites and molds and mildews. So we are looking to expand not only for the growers and the commercial growers, but also those that are enamored with gardening. So we believe our product can help everybody in that segment.
And when you say qualified in 31 states, that's the Mite Extreme product is qualified.
That is correct.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure I understand. And then, so how does that state qualification go? And you can both weigh in on this. Like, what has to happen to
Jane? Once we receive the EPA certification, then each state requires that we be certified in their state. So some of the states are very easy. Montana, Nevada, Michigan have been very easy. When you get to states like California, they require efficacy testing. And so with that, we've done that testing. Just amazed at how Mite Extreme performed in that testing. That report should be out by the end of the month, of this month, and is just something we're very excited about. So that'll then go into California. We'll pay the fees there to get certified within the California system, and that will help us there. We're also doing the same thing and seeing the same efficacy testing needing to be done in other countries. We've had a lot of inquiries from outside the United States and are excited about that. But a lot of that requires this efficacy testing that we've had done. So we're real excited about that. One of the things I wanted to talk about in that is I'm getting a lot of questions. Is this safe for bees? With the testing we have done, it is proving to be safe to bees. We're actually going into doing some testing and figuring out if we can use it to control bee mites. So doing a little tweaking on the product there. But where we've seen testing where bees have been involved, we've had no issues, and look forward to exploiting that because that's a big part of the pesticide issues in the world.
Well, thank you for the update, and congratulations to you, Rich, on the new position.
Thank you, Jane.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our Hear IQ 4 medical grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Rigo is a commerce and banking solution for families, and in particular kids. And one thing special about Rigo is they don't collect any data about the kids. And that is really a key feature, Dan. I mean, we talked a few times, but tell us again, like Rego, what you're offering and why it is a unique product for families.
Yes, thank you, Jane. So Rego is a privacy-first platform, as you kind of rightfully pointed out. We offer a number of neobanking, family-oriented mobile wallet, e-commerce solutions, both for in-store as well as online purchases, touchless transactions. Mm-hmm. So in the US, mobile wallet, virtual debit cards, that's essentially an $800 billion total addressable market. We're actually addressing the fintech gap for the 70 million or so children that are underserved, kind of in that Gen Z teen space who are just getting involved with mobile commerce. We hold 3 patents in the areas of privacy, PCI attribution, and identity management, and we're the only certified COPPA and GDPR mobile wallet. So for those of your viewers that are new to this COPPA topic, and obviously it's been kind of hot and heavy, we've heard it in the press now for the last, many weeks, especially with the Facebook and social media endeavors that are happening. It refers to the Child Online Privacy Protection Act. That's obviously gotten a lot of attention. And we're really the only ones that are really leaned into this very early on and are certified as a result. And so we'll talk to you a little about today, Jane, is really kind of this direct to consumer solution that we're launching, I should say have launched, really addresses child financial literacy, access to commerce. So let's call it child empowerment for all intents and purposes, but we never compromise on privacy. And we ensure that kids can learn in a safe and secure environment with parental navigation and oversight.
Okay. Well, and let's bring Don in, Don Codling of Codling Group International. So Don, you've got former FBI unit chief. You've also become an expert really in cybersecurity as well, and an advisor to Rego. So, I mean, just tell me about why it's important what Rego is doing in terms of protecting kids. I have a 12 and a 14-year-old. I am a reporter, so I report on hacks. It feels like a daily basis. So just talk about what Rego, what kind of steps they're taking that can make parents feel more comfortable.
Well, thank you, Jane, for having myself and Dan on with you today. It's extraordinarily important for not only parents, but families in general to recognize that data privacy and cybersecurity are absolutely joined together at the hip now. They have been for several years. The whole idea that you can hope to have some privacy as you grow up and not have your data protected is impossible. You have to have both of those things simultaneously. One thing Rego Payments has done from my 10 years of being involved with them as a cybersecurity advisor and privacy advisor is they have always taken to heart, first and foremost, a foundation of privacy and security at the same time, not bolt one on later, not add things on later. This is built from the ground up as a foundational portion of the mantra, if you will, of the entire platform. You must have data privacy. You must have good security. Data privacy, as Dan and I have discussed on numerous occasions, also means don't collect data that you don't need. Don't collect data that will identify that child, particularly under the COPPA, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act standards. And we do not, and we never have.
Okay, thank you so much, Dan and Don, for sharing that. It's important information.
Thank you for having us.
Petproducts.com. Thousands of products. An Al Simon Wee Wee Pad Inventor Company.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit strikeforcetech.com today.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our HearIQ 4 medical grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Sportimen Go has an ecosystem for sports fans that connects the physical and the virtual fan experiences. This does include NFTs, digital tokens. So with me to talk more about this is co-founder Corey Jackson. So great to have you here.
Thanks, Jane. Thanks for having us back.
Let's just start with, I mean, you've got a big deal lately that involves Russell Crowe, one of my favorite actors, actually. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we got the deal with the Rabbitohs football team in Australia. They'd be one of the biggest franchises known in Australia, but also globally. And since that deal's been done, our phone's sort of been ringing off the hook. You know, it has really sort of blown up, you know, our brand. And having someone like Russell attached to Sportimen Go is, you know, super exciting for us.
Yeah, congratulations on that. Now, so how do you set Sportimen Go apart from other NFTs, other kind of digital sports entities out there?
Yeah, I think, you know, it is quite interesting, the space. I think for us, you know, we've got 30 years background in licensing, marketing, and collectibles. Ricky having sold over 220 million collectibles worldwide, and we did a fantasy game where we had over 4 million players. I think that combined with the ability to turn the physical and virtual world through AR and VR to innovate, you know, products, I think that will sort of, you know, keep us ahead of the game. We've actually got a revolutionary new NFT band, which is patented product, and which is sitting on my wrist just here. So we'll actually show you guys how that works as well.
Tell me, so that allows you to do what?
Yeah, so I think with NFTs, it's, you know, currently it's, you know, great to have an NFT and you can display a picture on Twitter or something like that, but, you know, how can you show it and carry it around without the security risk of having your wallet exposed on your phone? So this actually gives you the ability to have a AR hologram, which actually floats sort of above the wrist using any mobile phone. So you can, with your mobile phone, it'll come up there.
And
so
you can show your NFT that way?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
So we'll show you guys a video of how that works, which is super exciting.
So just walk me through the whole experience. Like, this is for sports fans mainly, right? So what do they do? Do they go to an app, and how do they engage with the site?
Yeah, so once the NFTs are launched, so basically NFTs are done through a drop, or they call it a minting process, where they'll be for sale, so the ability to purchase those. Once they're purchased, they'll be able to sit in your wallet, and with the NFT band, you'll be able to upload them through a link to your AR NFT band, and they'll basically sit on your wrist, and you can have multiple on there, and it gives you the ability to show off to your friends and family of what collections you're holding, without having that security risk of your wallet.
So just talking about the NFT space in general. So I mean, we've got NFT week here in New York this week. It's a huge. There are 3,000 people on the wait list to get into this. I mean, it's got a really big deal.
It's crazy. The NFT space since, I think January is when it really took off, and NFTs became a household name through some reputable brands like Top Shots. And, through their success in the NBA, it started to grow, and, there's companies coming out of the woodworks, and some good, some bad, but I think for the space in a whole, it's super exciting, and it's going to be a massive learning curve, over the next couple of years. And I'm really excited about to see what they do with NFTs. What is their actual, use case and utility? I think there's many different, utilities for it, whether it's, tickets to sporting events, music events, things like the band. There's going to be new technology coming out every few months, and that's what's really exciting. It's almost like, the internet, 3.0 almost.
Yeah. So finally, what are the goals for the next year for Sportimen?
The goals for next year, I mean, we've signed some really exciting clubs like the Rabbitohs. We've got Hibernian Football Club and the Rangers FC, which is really exciting. We've got superstars launching from Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and West Ham. So their NFTs will be dropping in the next few months. But I think it's sort of building out our global business and, working to become one of the best tokenized global sports businesses, in the world.
Awesome. So great to hear about Sportimen and get an update, and congratulations on your success.
Thanks Jane. I appreciate it.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Equify is a digital platform that merges traditional banking with decentralized finance. And with me is the CEO, Brad Yessar, to talk about what Equify is doing, digital and banking and decentralized finance, and just kind of the whole thing. So let's just start. Brad, give me a definition. We're hearing decentralized and decentralized finance a lot lately. How would you define that?
Hi, Jane. Thank you for having me. DeFi is actually not a complex concept. It's decentralized finance, meaning a lot of the middlemen that exist today as the gatekeepers and the validators of all these products and services that are delivered in finance are replaced by a programmatic approach, by computer code. So instead of your banker being in the middle of a loan, because obviously banks gather funds and then they loan them out, and that's how they make money. Now, this requires a trusted entity in the middle, which is your bank. With decentralized finance, what has happened is instead of having a trusted authority in the middle, people said, what if we programmed it to act a certain way? So both parties know the outcome of the transaction. I know that if I loan you $5, that you're going to pay those $5 in 5 days, $1 a day. And then we don't really need a trusted central party. We don't need a bank because the program is going to run whether you like it, I like it or not. Mm-hmm. It's going to automatically access the funds the payments are going to be made. I'm going to receive my loan. You're going to receive your repayments, or you lose your collateral in some instances. So there has been a move towards what can we do peer-to-peer, what can we do company-to-company, business-to-business, without having these really complex systems where there's sometimes multiple middlemen in between, and it slows down the process. It makes it cumbersome and more expensive.
Yeah. That's one of the best explanations I've heard of decentralized finance, actually. And you're doing this with the blockchain, right?
Yes. Yes, we are.
So what are the challenges to decentralized finance at this moment?
Well, adoption and education, not in that order. It's education, then adoption, of course. But those are the two biggest challenges. If enough people knew about the options they have and were able to access it in a very simple, user-friendly fashion, they would definitely consider at least exploring. But that hasn't happened in the general public's mind. And with Equify, that's our number one prerogative, to bring DeFi, to bring digital banking to those who are not technically savvy, who are not included in the current financial systems for whatever reason, and show them how easy it is to have a positive return on their savings as opposed to what's being offered by the traditional banks right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that is certainly a challenge because people just, especially when it comes to money, they're kind of like, I don't know if I want to try anything new. I want to stay with what I know. So I think, that's a formidable challenge, but I think, we'll get there at some point, especially as new generations come up and they're more technologically savvy and more willing to accept new things, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to be open to change to benefit from these incredible returns and life-changing products that currently do exist, but only less than 10% of the population know about them. Yeah. And then even a smaller percentage actually venture out to use them.
Right. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your long-term goals for Equify. Where do you see this company going?
Well, we started Equify about a year ago. We started building it, and our goal was always to change lives. We weren't in it for anything other than being able to provide something to people who didn't have access to it, whether it be banking or decentralized finance products that have high returns. So long term, we want to accomplish one thing, and that is to be the gateway into crypto and DeFi for the general masses. That's our goal. In order to accomplish that, of course, we need to have institutional support. We need to have a lot of retail users. We need to have corporate partners. And every step of the way, that's what we have in mind. How can we make life better for people? How can we help them earn a higher return on their savings, on their investments? And how can we make it so simple that they're not scared to use it?
Very interesting. And you kind of start to get a sense of how banking is changing, with some of these new products. So thank you so much, Brad. Very interesting CEO of Equify, and look forward to catching up again in the future.
Thank you for having me, Jay.
Thanks.
Welcome back to New to the Street. This is your secure segment with Alain Ghiai. Alain is with GlobeX Data, the leader in SWIS-hosted private and secure communications and data management. And I'm Anna Berry. Welcome back, Alain.
Thank you, Anna. Happy to be here. Welcome to our viewer.
So the holidays are upon us, and it seems like everyone is buying online, especially because of our supply issues, right? And it's kind of the thing to do. But even if it's turkeys, right, from presents to turkeys, but we have to be aware of data breaches, and you are going to help us stay safe and secure. Tell us some tips so we can shop safely.
Sure, and you're right. This is the shopping season. You have Thanksgiving coming. Usually after Halloween is when the Christmas season comes, Thanksgiving comes, and you're right. People shop anything from food to clothing online. So the first thing you should do is first of all, you should always go to a website that is secure. And the way to do that is you can hover your mouse on the little padlock sometime on the URL where it says, www.myshop.com, and then check they have a certificate. Usually it says if it's secure, if it's encrypted. If you don't see HTTPS on the email, on the web address, the URL, don't even go there because it means that the website is not secure. So that's the first thing. The other thing you should do, HTTPS.
Okay, remember that.
So the other thing is that when you buy something, whether you go to DoorDash and order food, or you go to your favorite online store, you'll notice that a lot of time you have the option to save your credit card. I never do that because when these companies get hacked, and they do get hacked, it's not by choice that they want to be hacked, but their security is not top of the line, and they're also hosted by platforms that essentially get hacked. It's just a fact of life. So never store your credit card on the website. And you know what? It may take you a couple extra minutes to retype a credit card, but at the very least, it's like, imagine if you say, let me just go into a shop and buy some clothing, and I'm just going to leave the credit card on the counter, not even in a secure place, so that when I come back next week and buy again, they have my card. This is literally like that. So you definitely don't want to do that. The other thing is, if you use the internet, do not use Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi was great back in the day when you didn't have 4G, 5G, and phone companies were charging a lot for data. Today, you can go to any of the top 3 mobile operators and get like 10 gig for super cheap. So use your 4G or 5G, whatever you got, whether you're AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and so forth. Use your phone data pack. If you're at home, obviously, if you have a Wi-Fi, make sure it's secure. A lot of cable companies like Comcast or others, or Fios for Verizon in the US, they usually do a secure version. Make sure that the admin password to get into your router is not admin. I mean, it's laughable, but that happens a lot.
Oh, that's great. So these are great tips to take away for safely online shopping. And now briefly to wrap this up, tell us some things that we can do to protect our email and our text messages.
So when you text someone, obviously if you use that regular text is the worst to use because it's just open to everyone. Somebody can go into a telecom and really kind of hack into it. You can have people impersonating other people on text. Same goes for WhatsApp and Signal and all the other applications that basically require your phone number to install. So we recommend you get Secure, which is our product, for $10 a month. If you use the promo code SECURE25, SEKUR25, you get 25% off. You have a secure email, messenger that you can use for people within your group or outside. You can also message non-secure user, and you can send an email to a bank, let's say, if you need to transfer money using Secure Send feature, and that email won't be on the open internet. So definitely check out Secure, SEKUR.com.
Wow. Well, you guys are doing great work at Secure. Thank you so much for keeping our data safe and secure. And I always look forward to speaking with you. Thank you for joining us on New to the Street.
Thank you, and a pleasure to be here.